I told you
Yeah,
so. What I tell you?
you tell
I
me,
was
man.
never worried. Never worried.
Ah, that's crazy. I know
It's
you were worried
happened
at 2-0
again. It's happened again. Tottenham Hotspur. It's happened again.
down.
Dude, I'm
Trash.
telling you, even look, I was sitting down watching the game. See Kukureya slip. More on that later. 1-0. Then I see Kukureya slip again. 2-0. I'm like, mm. And my wife's like, ooh, 2-0? And you're still saying we're gonna win? I'm like, oh yeah, 100% we're gonna win. I'm not even worried. We're gonna win. I told you, no matter what, we're gonna win. I was never worried.
That's crazy.
Never worried. They could have scored 5-0 in the first 15 minutes and we were still gonna win.
We were
That's
still
how,
always coming back.
yeah, that's how trash they are. I mean, look at them. Them throwing trash at our players anyways. They're trashy people, trashing their stadium, trashing everything. Trash. That's just what they are.
Trash.
That's
Yeah.
the epitome of Spurs.
They've gone
Trash.
from bottlers to trash.
Yep. And they still do both.
Demoted. Demoted. And they still do
Demoted.
both.
Relegated. They're
Great.
lads. It's Tottenham.
Still no nuts.
Anyways, what's up, guys? It's Two Blues in a Pod again. I'm Pablo,
I'm Guillermo.
and this is the Spurs 3, Chelsea 4 match review. This close. I was a minute
Sir.
away from getting the correct scoreline.
That's right. That's right. You
It's
said
close, but
4-2,
Son
right?
had to ruin everything. Yeah, I said 4-2. Son had to ruin everything for me, man.
That was a pretty soft goal for us to concede as well.
We were just too confident, too
Mm.
lazy, as if the game was already won, which it was, but still, you don't want to concede another goal and make it risky. And
Yeah. And that messes your goal difference too.
yeah, no, exactly. It messes up with the goal difference. But
Yeah. Four
it's
three.
us.
We're freaking
You want to go
three.
ahead? Tell us the lineup. What was the lineup?
Oh man, let's talk about the lineup. Okay. So we got it pretty spot on,
Yeah,
I think. Um besides no, yeah, we got it pretty spot on. We mentioned that Caicedo would go into right back again, which is a masterclass decision from Maresca. Enzo and Lavia at midfield. They were amazing. Palmer at Cam absolutely killed it. Neto on the right wing was kind of the big surprise today. And
yeah.
actually, there was I don't know if you were watching the game, like right when they mentioned the lineups. Sancho was on the right side in the beginning of that.
Is that how
So
they
I
have
don't
them?
know. Yeah, I don't know if that was.
Sometimes
I've
they,
seen a lot of mistakes. Yeah, I see
yeah. I was gonna
mistakes
say
on that
sometimes they
most
just
times.
they don't know what they're talking about, and
Right. But yeah, Neto on the right, Sancho on the left, and then Jackson up top. That
yeah. And
was the
then the
lineup.
center back partnership was Badiashile and Colwell, and
Correct.
Cucurella on the
Sanchez
left, and Sanchez
and
obviously the goalie, which
obviously goal.
more on
Talk
him
about
later
that.
too.
Yeah.
But the goals, like I alluded to earlier,
Yeah.
Solanke, of course, we said it. We said he was
We
going to score
said it.
against
We
us.
called it.
Good
Yes,
goal,
sir.
by the way. I'm not gonna lie. That was a really good goal for him.
That
Good,
was a really
clean
good finish.
finish.
Hmm.
But Solanke, minute 5 after Kukureya slips. Kulusevski, minute 11 after Kukureya slips again.
We said he'd
But
score too.
yeah, by the way, not I'm not putting any blame on Kukureya. Um, yes, the commentators were
Which goals?
saying, which I agree with. That's why you have the warm ups and everything, you test everything out. You know it's slippery, so then you know which type of pair of boots you want to wear.
Right.
But still, come on, it's not like he's purposely going out there trying to slip her. You know, like it's.
Of course.
I'm
Of
not gonna
course.
fault him at all for those
No,
two
no, no,
goals.
no.
I'm not
No,
gonna
no,
fault
no.
him at all.
He
But
had an
again, like I
amazing game
said,
after that.
yeah, the moment he changed his boots, that's when the game changed. That's when everything changed. I told you too. I texted you. I said, "Oh, it's
Legit.
over." I said
Yeah.
everything's gonna change. Maresca talked to Sanchez for some tactical setups. I said it's over. Everything's
Yeah.
gonna change. And then Romero came off injured, and Van de Ven came off injured after they rushed them both from injury.
That was a surprise seeing Van de Ven. Van
Hmm.
de Ven. I
And
was like,
then and then it's the same as last year. Romero
literally
didn't
the
play the
exact
whole game.
same.
Van de Ven didn't play the whole game because he got injured. Madison barely played last year. Was because he actually came on and then he got
Came
injured,
off. Yeah.
or he came off because he got injured. This time he just barely played because he technical decisions. I don't know.
Yeah.
On just lost his mind. But then Sancho, the Chelsea fan, Chelsea boy, Chelsea fan since birth.
Yes,
Local
sir.
boy,
Yes, sir.
Sancho with the beautiful goal, taking on a couple
Beautiful.
defenders from the left wing. Honestly, looked like a vintage Eden Hazard. Just
I
you
see
know,
what you're saying.
yeah, no, that was vintage Eden Hazard. Like back in the
Yeah.
day, Eden Hazard where he just takes on some players, makes it look super easy. Like they didn't even get close to him because of how easy it was that he was dribbling and
Yeah.
just ping it to the bottom right, hits the post or bottom left of the goalie, bottom right for us, hits the post and goes in and started the comeback.
Part of the
And
comeback.
took a while for us to get a second goal, which we
Right.
had so many chances to score a second
Mhm.
goal. So many.
Mhm.
We were not clinical this
I
game.
remember you were texting me annoyed. Like, why are we getting a second goal? How is it not going in? Like this and
No,
that. We
yeah.
need to score. We need to make sure we score. And I got that. But again, I think all Chelsea fans, I think all of Chelsea had that calmness to us. You know?
Yeah.
Even like you said, 2-0 down, we had that calmness. So when we scored, I needed to see that we would come back into the game. That's all I wanted to see. And
Mhm.
then I would gain kind of peace. Because at 2-0, I was like, okay, stop. Like, like what's
Especially
going on?
minute 11, you're like, "Ooh."
Yeah, I'm like, what the heck? Like this can get bad. Um, but as soon as Jadon Sancho did that, he did it pretty soon after, I believe 6, 7
Yeah,
minutes after, maybe.
6 minutes after, so, like you
So
said, if you said it on the preview. You said, first of all, there's gonna be early goals,
right.
and then you also said that if they score, we need to score immediately after, because that's what we've
Right.
been doing all season.
And we said we either will score or get scored on right after that. Because that's what keeps happening. We're that type of team this season. We don't like as soon as energy gets into the field in the game, we take over.
It's over.
And like it's either to a detriment, usually not, or to our benefit. We actually literally take over the game.
Yep.
And that happened. They scored in the first 5 minutes, and then literally 4 minutes later, same exact thing. They score again. But again, we answer back. Jadon Sancho. Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, no, amazing, amazing goal, cleanly taken. What a beautiful finish too, like amazing. But then, like I said, it took us a while to score a second goal. They could have had a third goal a couple times.
Yes, yes.
Um,
The
but
Udogi chance.
yep,
Yep.
but
They're Spurs.
they're Spurs.
Full
Palmer.
heritage.
The commentators were trying to curse us the whole time. I don't know if you noticed, but they were like, Chelsea hasn't conceded from a corner all season. And as
Oh
soon as that
yeah.
happens, that's when they hit the crossbar. I'm like, relax, dude. What are you
You're right.
doing? Relax.
Yeah,
Then he
yeah.
mentioned it again the second. He's like, maybe this is the time. I'm like, dude,
What's
you're
going
trying to.
on, man?
What's up with the bias? Like,
Put
stop
on
trying
a
to curse
Tottenham
us.
jersey.
Anula Mufa, man. What you talking about?
Vanilla Mufa,
But
man.
then beautiful play from Palmer, Sancho, Caicedo. Again, Sancho was just out of his mind this game. But that pass to Caicedo, what's Caicedo doing over on the left wing? That's just
Literally.
he was playing
Yeah.
right back all the way to the
Mhm.
left wing. But all this happened because, like you mentioned earlier to me in text messages, was that Maresca made a tactical switch at halftime. He
That's
took off
right.
Romeo Lavia, which we'll
That's
get
right.
on more later, and moved Caicedo from right back over to a double pivot with Enzo, and had Gusto being the right back that would invert into midfield. Um,
Right.
so I guess that allowed Caicedo to be a little bit more free, more attack minded,
Yes.
how we
Yes.
talked about
Which
before in this pod,
right.
and that's what helped us win the penalty. Him being all the way up there.
Yep.
Cole Palmer caught his
Um,
eyes. Go on.
nasty. Maresca mentioned it in the press conference because they asked him about the tactical switch up, and he said that Enzo and Cole were like too far from each other, and he didn't like that first half. They couldn't find each other, they couldn't connect, and so our attack wasn't able to kind of go. He's a freaking beast,
Look
dude.
at that.
And then so what he did is, even though Lavia was playing amazing, took off Lavia, put Gusto there, put Caicedo next to Enzo now, and now what happens is Caicedo's not inverting anymore. That right back is not inverting anymore. Instead, Cucurella's doing all that, all those
Hmm.
roles. Because Cucurella plays like 4 or 5 roles in each game, and he
Yeah.
just changes throughout the game. He would sometimes run up, sometimes just invert, sometimes he'd act as a decoy, kind of,
Mhm. I mean, there
as
was even a
the other
point where he
leader.
was at the almost right winger position up in the box
Right.
when,
Yeah.
who was it? Malagusa, all he had to do was cut it back to Cucurella, who could have had a redemption goal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Legit.
about? But he didn't.
Yep.
But like finding those type of spots, like what is Cucurella doing up there? Like it was just
Right.
honestly all out attack from us because Spurs were just there for the taking, like I
They
mentioned
were.
the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's Enzo Maresca, man. He's just a genius, a
He's
tactical
he's a
genius,
beast.
just
Yeah, and brave,
fluid
brave. And
and
brave to do
brave.
that after Lavia's playing that well, that's
True.
that's a big
True.
call.
And
And
then Cole Palmer, slots the penalty home or
yeah,
slots it in, cold as ice. I mean,
Yeah.
It's Cole Palmer, baby. Like, wait, come on, best player in the
To talk
league. Best
to talk about that, that was to tie Yaya Torres' record
with
uh,
for the Pens,
for the penalties.
X
So,
City,
yep, and so that was to tie it, the first penalty, 11 out of 11, and
and
then
then
yep,
hey, don't get ahead of yourself.
no, sorry,
Don't get
sorry,
ahead of yourself. It's Fernandez next, and so Fernandez, you're a man, you're a boy. Let's go. And so,
freaking beast,
um, he first of all, Palmer again out of his mind. We also saw another Eden Hazard's spirit lived through all of our players because he just took on the world on that right wing. He
literally,
said, "All right, you
yeah,
know what? Everyone's talking all this stuff about me, how I don't have it anymore. I've just been quiet, including ourselves. We've mentioned that he's been a little quiet, even though
yeah,
I'm still scoring and assisting." He said, "Watch this." Just took on the world, took on a dude who
literally,
wasn't even
he had
there. All
5
their
players
defense.
rushing
Yeah,
him,
he
yeah,
had 5 players all around him, and he just
and
and
he
now
turned
this and that.
both of their
Hmm.
new center backs that were there. He turned them both, like literally made them
Oh
turn
wait, they
facing.
brought in center backs. I didn't even notice because he acted like they weren't even there. Like, dude, he rinsed them all, and then he tried to get the shot off, and unfortunately, it took a deflection. But fortunately, it took a deflection,
Fortunately, right?
and fell right to Enzo. And beginning of the season, Enzo misses that. Last season,
Yep,
Enzo misses that.
yep,
First of all, it might not
yep.
even be. Probably wouldn't even have been in that position. But last season, Enzo misses that. This new divorced Enzo, wow, beautiful,
Yeah,
weak foot, half
yeah.
volley. That's not an easy goal. While you're
No,
tied
it's not.
against Spurs, like everything was against him there, and he
Right.
just beautiful finish. Oh, I could watch that over and over and over again.
That goal got me excited. That
Dude,
I
that got
think
me
that was
so
the best goal. I think that was the best goal from us at least.
yes.
And it was just because the play before that,
The
like
the whole the whole play,
Cole Palmer was nasty, but even before that,
way before that.
yeah, get it to Cole Palmer. Caicedo gets into Palmer. Palmer does this, and it was just like straight action. We were in the flow. I think that's the time we hit fourth gear. At
Th
that point in
that's
time in the
when we
game,
know
we
up a
hit
little
fourth
gear.
gear. We
Mhm.
never went to fifth gear this game,
Mm-mm.
but
Mm-mm.
we got to fourth gear, and it was that moment. And also
Because we
Enzo,
don't need to go
beautiful.
to fifth gear against Spurs. You know who we need to go against to hit fifth gear?
Mm.
Heidenheim. Teams like
High
that,
and high.
those are good teams. Not
Wild.
no Spurs.
That's
FC
wild.
Noah, we took it a
FC
little too
Noah.
far, but they deserve it. Not no Spurs. Spurs, they're trash.
Funny thing
Um,
about them, they tweeted this morning. I noticed it.
I
Did
saw
you see
that.
that?
I
They were
saw
like, Chelsea, we learned a lesson from your game, and they beat their past 3 or 4 opponents 4-0, 5-0, 7-0,
that.
something
Yeah,
crazy like
they've been rinsing them. Clean sheets and
legit.
everything. They said, "All right, look,
That's awesome.
we'll concede all the goals for the next 5 or 6 games against Chelsea. We're not
Yeah,
conceding anymore." Oh,
I can see it anywhere.
I love to see that. That's awesome. Like, it's
Awesome.
so
Yeah,
wholesome,
that's
honestly.
it really is.
Also, Servette from the beginning of the season, for the qualifications of the, Conference League,
Mm.
they actually beat us in the away game, but we won on goal difference or something. They actually started out beautifully their season because of the after that. Like, they went on a run also. So, apparently any team we beat in the Conference League, they benefit. They
Oh
learn
wow,
from us. They just
they
shows that's
learn
just how
from us.
good we are. You know how
Yeah,
the saying is a good leader tells his people what to do, but a great leader leads by example. That was us. We just
makes people
lead by
better.
example, and everyone's like, "Dang, I see what you're doing. I'm gonna do that
Yeah,
too."
I like it. I like it.
But
Respect.
Spurs can't do that.
No.
And then like you were foreshadowing, Cole Palmer again to break the
Breaks
record.
another record.
Sounds
Breaks
like a
another
broken
freaking
record every time
record.
he breaks a record.
That's my
Hashtag
favorite.
Eminem, like
Dude,
cold as
and
ice.
what a PK,
How did
right?
he finish it? Tell the people how he finished it. What did he do?
You know what was his caption on Instagram?
What did he say?
He put some fries, or as the English call it,
Chips,
chippy chips.
chippy chips.
Yes,
Oh my
sir.
god,
Yes,
I love
sir.
him. I love him.
Beautiful Anka. There's a picture going around on social media of their goalkeeper.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I saw it live.
Literally, like, yeah, he's on the left side. Yeah, on the left side of the goal. And he's like watching the ball, and the ball is like barely about to go in. And it's like he Cole Palmer had I don't know, such bravery to do that. And how he did it, because again, it was a slow Panenka. Like, it was still
Yeah,
traveling. The keeper could have
yeah.
came back and got it,
But it's just
But
he was defeated.
yeah, he was defeated. Exactly. Exactly.
It's like when I would defeat you in FIFA, and it's like it was like a
Stop.
nasty goal or something, and you're like, you know what? I
Stop.
can't be mad at that because
Oh my
you're just too
gosh.
good, and I know it
There
happened
was
all the time,
no, no, no. There
all the
was
time.
very rare that happened.
Yeah, right. You would leave my house so mad every single time. You wouldn't even say hey, bye to my parents. You're like,
Whatever, man.
you'd be so mad, and my mom would be
Your
like,
mom would be like, "What happened? Why is he upset?"
and then she caught on. She's like, did he beat you again?
That gets me so
Shout
mad.
out,
It gets
mom.
me You remember when you used to have to take real quick when you used to have to take me home after you beat me, and the whole ride you're just like,
That was the
I'm like
best.
furious the whole ride.
There's this subreddit called "Watch People Die Inside," and it's just clips of people like something goes wrong, and you just see them die inside. You're like,
That's
that was
funny.
literally the goalie. That was
Yeah,
Forster when he
literally.
saw Palmer's Panenka. He just said,
Yeah.
and
So
did you hear what he said about it, Cole Palmer? They asked him, they're like,
no.
"Did you plan that?" He's like, "I mean, you know, Cole Palmer. He's like very nonchalant about everything." He's like, "No," and they're like, "What went through your mind?" He's like, "Well, when I had the ball, as soon as I placed it down, I looked at the time and I saw the time, and I was like, yeah, I'm a Panenka." Mm-hmm. And they were like, "Do you practice him in training or something?" He's like, "Oh no, no." Because then you overthink it. You just gotta do it. And he's literally just do it. That's all he is.
Actually
That's what he
insane.
does.
He's
He's
actually
amazing.
insane.
But yeah,
You
that
know,
was a minute 84. And
right?
then Son minute 90 plus 6 got a consolation goal. Like I
Constellation.
said, there will be a consolation late goal.
You did say that. You did
Um,
say that.
but that was
And
it.
unfortunately, that constellation goal was the one that ruined your prediction.
I know that's so
Yeah.
annoying. It helped
So
one
you guess
prediction,
what?
but it
Right.
hurt the other one.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
I do want to talk about Kukureya. We
Oof.
mentioned, or I mentioned how he slipped twice
Yeah.
and then changed his
Yeah.
boots. But like you said, after that, he was just amazing.
He was.
And I love his Instagram caption. He said, "You get knocked down, but you get up again," or something along those lines.
What a man.
Like Chumbawamba, like get knocked down, and I get up
Chumbawamba.
again, and you're never gonna keep me down.
Nasty.
Like
I thought
that
you were
was
gonna say
literally
when he
him.
posted. I thought you were gonna say when he posted the picture of the boots on the trash.
Oh, that
Sorry,
too.
boots.
He said
Yeah.
they're in the trash like Spurs.
What a man. What a man,
But
Cuckoo.
he was just amazing after that. What a redemption. Again, this whole
Yeah.
season has been a redemption arc for him. But even in this game, he had a mini redemption. Like
A
he's
big
just been
redemption.
amazing. Oh,
Like
and the way he would bully the his opponents after that. He said, "Not again. You only beat me because I
again.
fell. We had to give Spurs a handicap so they can have some hope." And then we were still
Two
like,
goal,
okay,
two
just
goal advantage.
a 2 goal advantage. I'm in 11, and they still couldn't do anything with that because we're
That's
just that good.
insane.
Because
Lawan looked at me. He was like, "No way, you win now."
Lawan,
I was like, "Oh, you messed up.
you need to learn,
Learn, man."
lads. It's Tottenham.
It's ton of nuts.
Come on, they're bottle
That's
jobs. They're trash. But Kukurea,
right.
he's just been amazing this whole
He
season.
has.
He
He
was
has.
so good after that, just dominating that left side, helping in midfield, helping in attack. He's just an amazing player. He reminds me of Azpilicueta in the sense that he can play anywhere. Just that he's actually doing it. Azpilicueta was more anywhere in the back line, and
Right.
Kukurea is like midfield, winger,
Right.
attack, everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. It's because he has more mobility.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
kind of like Aspie. He's very defensively minded, and that's what he enjoys. And now we're seeing a little bit more to his game on the ball. But I mean, man, what he can shut pretty much anybody down. Like if we go against any team, really, literally the only winger I might be scared of is probably Mohamed Salah. Besides
Yeah,
that, I'm
because
fine.
Saka, no.
Soccer got shut out.
Yeah, he got shut out by Fulham. Our
Yeah,
neighbors.
and
Thank you,
by
neighbors,
Cuckoo
by the way.
already. By Cuckoo already.
And oh yeah, yeah, and by Kuku.
Yeah. So it's
Destroyed.
shout out to Cuckoo, man. He's really becoming, I think, one of Chelsea fans' favorites and
Oh
just
yeah.
a reliable player that we expect to see on the lineup. And 1 year ago, that was people wanted him out of the squad.
Mhm.
So it goes to show that he's really, really stepped up and just said, "Okay, I'm gonna do this thing. I believe in myself, and that's enough." You know,
Yep.
and now Maresca's kind of paying tribute to that, and
Yeah.
you see it. You see him. He's
He's
really
won over the
growing.
fans. He's won over the
Hmm.
fans.
He's one.
Um,
Yep.
before we go forward in the lineup, or in people that I want to talk about, I want to go back.
Mm.
Sanchez. It has to be stated. This game
Sanchez,
wasn't
yards.
all, blue
Yes.
lights and blue fireworks. There was we should not have
Scary
conceded the goal.
moments.
But
Yeah.
we could have conceded so much more if
Yep.
Spurs weren't Spurs
Yep.
because Sanchez had a horrible game, stinker of a game, just giving the ball left and right to their players. Like, what are you doing? And like you mentioned before, if we're serious about trying to win the league, because we're going to win the league, is if we're serious about that, we can't have Sanchez in goal. We can't have a
No, I'm
goalie like
telling you,
that.
we can't.
Mm-mm.
I'd rather have Petrovic. I'd rather have Petrovic.
Or
And,
or
and people think
Jorgensen.
people or Jorgensen, but bring back Petrovic.
Yeah,
Like because he's clearly better than Jorgensen, and I think he can give Sanchez a run for his money. But it pisses me off. Like it really annoys me because now you expect it and he does it. And so you expect it and you're hoping he proves you wrong. He proves you right. And so it's just very annoying at this stage. And I have to think that Maresca is thinking January we need a goalkeeper.
I hope so.
There's just no way that we can be a serious club with Robert Sanchez in the team.
No,
At least starter.
no, yeah.
He's just not good enough.
Switch him to the Conference League team.
Legit, legit,
Switch him to the
legit.
Conference League team. Let
Yeah,
Jorgensen. You
and
saw Jorgensen the way he saved us against Southampton.
yep,
We beat
yep.
Southampton 4-1 only because or 5-1.
His passing was good. His passing was good.
Exactly.
His
Yeah.
calmness. Look, I'm not asking you. Here's the thing that I think goalkeepers get it wrong because I've seen Onana do a really good job of this, and I've seen Kelleher do a good job of this, and I've seen Allison do a good job of this. But I think Ederson, Robert Sanchez, other keepers that play out of the back but are not as great at it, I've seen them make the mistake. Play simple, play calm. Sometimes the first pass you see is the pass to make. Most of the time, it's
Yeah.
the pass to make. I see Robert Sanchez way too many times. He just waits like an extra second and he decides, nope, I'm going to trust this other side of my judgment because I'm giving into that. No, no. Like, what are you doing? Give the ball right away so you can be ready to block, if anything, because that's
Mm-hmm.
your job.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to be a legit playing out of the back, then you need to understand the positions. If you come out and you're playing with the ball, you're essentially now a center back. So you have to understand the center back's responsibilities and how they move and the automation in which you play out of the back. He does not have that. He
Mm-mm.
does not have that. And I don't understand why he thinks he's better than he is. Maybe we're supposed to give him confidence and all this stuff. But if you're,
He doesn't
for
give us
example,
confidence.
me, if I'm Robert Sanchez, I have a few things that I'm really good at, right? He can pass really well short. Dude, pass short. Why are you going long? Why are you trying to
Mm-hmm.
feed? Why are you trying to give the ball in the midfield? That's the worst place to give the ball away.
But to be fair, Maresca has said throughout the season,
Yes.
that's what I
And
want
it's,
from him, and he's gonna make
yeah,
mistakes.
yeah.
But it's okay. I want those mistakes. And it's like, no,
No,
no, I
no,
don't. I don't want those
no,
mistakes. I just
no,
want my
no.
goalkeeper to block a shot. I just want my
Yeah.
goalkeeper to not give the player straight to a defender in the final third with no defensive cover. Like, come on. And then speaking of defensive cover, Badia's Shield,
Yeah.
rough game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aside
He
from him
turned it,
bullying,
he kind of turned it around a little bit closer to the not end of the second half, but midway kind of through the second half. I saw it. Like
yeah,
I was like, okay, that's better, you know. But yeah, a tough game for him. Tough game
yeah.
for him. And
I- I-
Colwell.
It's
And
it's
Colwell.
yeah, Colwell too, and it sucks because they were good against Southampton, you know.
Yeah, but
For a player, any player, you need that consistency. And
right.
I just hoped that he would have built on it, but hopefully, regardless, because of the result, everyone builds up on it and just feels better about it. But that's enough negativity. That's the only bad things I want to say about this game
This
because
game.
everything else was just amazing.
Awesome. Yeah. It was
Including
awesome.
Romeo Lavia. I want to touch on him because I don't think most people are going to talk about him, and most people
Fair
aren't talking
play.
about him. They haven't really
Mhm.
mentioned that much about him.
Nope.
He was impeccable in the first half. Was I don't even know how to describe him. was
He's not
taking.
untouchable.
He was untouchable.
He was
Like you can't get the
untouchable.
ball off of him.
Nope.
He didn't lose a duel. I'm pretty sure I saw stats that he didn't lose any duels. He had 100% pass accuracy. Um, Aerial duels, one interception, like everything. He was just wow. That
Oh,
is
big defensive shift from him. I forgot about that. He was
yeah.
not just scraping the ball.
No,
Big
he
interception.
was great
Big
defensively,
interception.
and he would go back. Oh, sorry, stole the ball away from you again.
Crap, I forgot how good he
He would
was.
have
Like
like two or
I
three
was thinking
defenders
on the
on him.
ball, but defensively he was
No,
really
yeah,
good too.
he would have like two or three midfielders on him or attackers, opponents, and he would just do a little doot, doot, doot. Got out of it. Here you
Yep.
go, Caicedo. Here you go, Enzo. Here you go, Palmer.
The one he took it on the half turn, and
Yeah.
that was nasty, dude.
Oh,
He's really
he
nice.
and he's been doing that all season.
He has.
He just really wanted to
This
show
was
off
definitely
today.
his best game though.
Yeah, he
That
just
was
wanted to show off. And
yeah.
at the very end, I don't know if you saw, there's clips going around at the end of the game when the final whistle went off. All the Spurs fans were kind of like talking all this trash to the Chelsea bench, and then the final whistle went off, and he turns around. He's like, I think he said, "Go home." He's like, "Go home, go home."
I love it. I
I
love
love
it.
him. I love it.
He's
Amazing.
cool.
And he's only what 2021.
See, I was criticizing him a couple of weeks ago, and I was saying if you're gonna be my starter, if you're gonna be Chelsea's starter center defensive midfielder, I need way more. I don't care if you're 21, 22, 20. I don't care. Because as a center defensive midfielder, it's not just playing out the back. Rodri doesn't just play out the back. Partey doesn't just play out the back. They win the ball. They
Yeah.
make themselves a physical presence in the middle of the pitch, and that's what Lavia hadn't done. And you kind of were defending him in a sense, right? And normally, in a sense, I am too. His injury, right? He can't
Yeah.
be as physically imposing, but he can be smarter about how he does things, when he does things, his space, all this stuff. He got it. He got it 100% right against
And
Spurs.
yeah, we're seeing it. I mean,
If he plays like that, he can be a starter CDM. He can be a starter CDM,
he's going to be.
especially if Caicedo goes to the right back.
I
That's
love this.
disgusting.
It's amazing, and we paid 45 million for him, and everyone's like, "Oh, you paid 45 million. That's more than how many minutes he's played for Chelsea." And it was funny at the
That's more
time,
than he
but
plays on a game. That's more than he plays in each
yeah,
game.
but he has just been amazing, and it's
Yeah.
exactly what we purchased. We knew our scouting department, our directors of football, have been amazing, and everyone doubted them, and just look at them now. They just
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Oh no, these guys are smart. They know what they're doing."
Yeah.
You just gotta relax.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, just take a step back and just be patient. Just wait,
Yeah. Trust the
relax.
process.
Yeah, trust the process. Everyone says it, but it's true. Trust
It's
it.
true.
Like,
Yeah.
yes, we should have been better last season. We needed more results because we're Chelsea. But relax, relax. We're gonna win the league. It's okay. I mean, what if?
That's
What
wild.
if?
That's wild. That's
What
wild.
if?
Dude, I
What
told you
if?
we're going to England. I
I
told you
know,
we're
but
going
like,
to England. We're going to
look,
London if that happens.
look. Who would have thought that City would lose 6 in a row or whatever it was, go winless in 7, and be this bad? What if? Who would have thought Liverpool would start dropping points now that they feel some pressure on us? What if? Who would have thought that Arsenal were going to be below us by 2 points,
Trash.
creating a
Trash.
gap, and us being the best team in London? What if?
What if?
What if? What
What
if
if?
everything just lines up for us? What if we just go on and win the whole damn thing? What if we just go win the Premier League? Look,
We're not far from it. I'll
we're
tell
not
you
far
that.
from it. We're 7 points, 4 points away from Liverpool because they have a game in hand. But that's just going to create more pressure on them. What if?
What if?
One,
I told
go on.
I told my friend, I told him, I'm not gonna get excited. I'm not gonna think
I'm
about
excited.
the trophy. Right? I'm like, but come March, if we're in it, I'm 100% in it. I am 100% in it, and I can really see Liverpool slipping. I can really see Liverpool slipping. And
Look, I know Kukureya slipped, but that's just one player.
that's just one player.
It's in Liverpool's DNA to slip.
Yes.
CBG,
Yes.
the Brendan
Yes.
Rodgers era,
Yes.
they're gonna slip. They feel the pressure, they slip.
Yep.
And who
So,
did they slip? Who did Stevie G slip to against?
wow,
Chelsea.
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 That's wild.
Okay. Romeo Lavia, amazing player.
Amazing. Amazing
Next
game from Romelu
next
Lavia.
topic that I want to talk about is Jadon Sancho.
Sancho.
He has been amazing. He played another game. He started another
Yeah.
game, and we didn't think he would. United fans, I hope you're listening, because if you're listening, you hate listening. Um, because
Yeah.
you just want Chelsea to, one, to do bad, but two, you want Jadon Sancho to do bad because you got Mason Mount over there for 60 mil doing nothing. He scored 1 goal since he's been there. Jadon Sancho scored 1 goal or 2 goals already in back-to-back games. He's
And he
got
has three.
more assists. He's got what, 3 assists this season in the league? Like,
Yes, sir.
come on, come on. Sancho
Clear.
has always been a good player. We've all known it. Everyone's known it. You saw what he did at Dortmund. You saw what he did at Dortmund Part 2 when he went back and took them to the Champions League final.
Yeah.
He's
And even at
just,
United, he was pretty good, man.
yeah, but United's just trash.
He never got the opportunity to run away with his position and role in the
Yeah,
team.
yeah,
And
and that's
and
just because United's dumb.
I mentioned this because I mentioned it to my friend as well, who's a United fan. Um, I said that's how you protect the player. I told him that's how you protect the player. Eric Ten Hag with Jadon Sancho, he told him I shipped him off to Netherlands so he can be better. Right away, that stroke everybody weird, right? Like that comes out, you're like, what the heck is going on? Why is this such a big deal that Sancho can't even be in the country,
Mhm.
right? He comes back ready, playing great, best preseason I've seen from a player in a long time, actually. Um, gets benched, and then Sancho gets upset. Ten Hag gets upset that Sancho gets upset, and so things get ruined. Why? That's not good enough. That's not good man management.
No,
And
it's not.
that's one of the things that my friend always protected Eric Ten Hag for. And credit to him. That was the manager at the time. He believed in him and all that stuff. I get it. But you need to know how to protect your players. Jadon Sancho is a player that clearly needs protection and support. You don't treat everybody the same. Cuckoo looks
No,
like somebody you just leave alone and you
he'll
just
figure it out.
put him in a spot to be successful. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You give him instruction and he'll carry it out like a soldier. Jadon Sancho, he looks like he needs a big brother, a figurehead, a mentor, somebody who's going to be checking up on him, somebody who's going to have to tell him that's not right, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what Enzo Maresca has done with him.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that he's handled it that way. He said he was sick, didn't really talk about him for 4 or 5 weeks. People made their assumptions, and he's back, scores in 2 consecutive Premier League games. Beast. You gotta
Beast.
give it up. You gotta give it out to him, man.
Beast. Boyhood team fan.
Yeah.
That's just the best part. It means more.
I gotta remember that because I do forget that. He does feel still kind of like United
Foreign.
is. Yeah, like
No,
yeah. And so
he
I
bleeds
need to
blue.
remember
He bleeds
blue.
blue.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
is Chelsea. He feels it. It means more to him. It
Yeah,
just
you
means
see, he
more.
hasn't stopped smiling since he's came.
No, because imagine that.
All
Imagine you or me going to play for Chelsea. As Caicedo said it. He said he goes home and just smiles so hard every day because actually can't believe that he's playing for Chelsea.
actually amazing. That's actually we talked about it that we needed players that wanted to play for the Bats, that
Here they
wanted
are.
to play for
Here they
Chelsea.
are.
So
And
many things that we said.
you saw that emotion when next point, Enzo Fernandez scoring that goal, that celebration from everyone, the togetherness, the
Yes,
absolute joy. You saw Neto just jumping. He didn't know what to do. He was
yes.
jumping up and down 3, 4 different times, going to the away end to celebrate with the fans. Like everyone was just felt it. We were
Jackson keeping
united.
Enzo's shirt on so he doesn't get
Jackson's like, no, look, learn from me. I know what to do. Like
yeah.
it's just all the joy, the emotion, the limbs in the stadium. It just went crazy.
They went
And that's what
crazy.
we needed. They all feel it. They all feel it. They said,
They
and
all
all
do.
the players, to be fair, when they would sign with us, they said, we see the vision. They sold us on the plan. They've been knowing. We just needed to take a step back and wait. The movie was a little slow. It started out slow. It was Oppenheimer. Boring, boring, blah, blah, blah,
Stop.
blah. But then here comes the nuke.
That movie's so hard to watch.
Yeah, it is. But then here comes the nuke. And then there's still a
Here
second
comes a
part.
dude.
And the second part is us winning the league. Okay. We're going to win the league. Because you know what happens when you drop a nuke?
Mm.
there's a nuclear winter. And who's cold? Cold
What's his
Palmer.
name?
Cold Palmer.
They don't even call him Cole no more. They call him
No,
Cold Palmer.
cold. They call
They
him.
literally don't say Cole. They say
They don't even
Cold.
call him Palmer. They call him
Yeah.
Kalma.
Calma. Calma.
Kalma. He
What a
said. He literally said. He put out the Ronaldo because he's playing like Ronaldo. He's got Ronaldo numbers. He said, "Kalma.
relax,
I'm
buddy.
here,
Relax.
man. It's cold.
Yeah.
This is my season. It's winter, baby."
I wanted to talk about Cole Palmer because I think that Enzo's goal showed us something that I think Maresca has to notice, and I'm hoping he does. I want to see Cole Palmer on the right. I want to
He
see
was
him on the
really
right.
good there. He was
He-
really good.
That's his position, dude. He has more space. He gets the opportunity to go 1v1. You know what I mean? He's not cramped. He gets into the box faster. These are all things you want from Cole Palmer, and that where you think he's best at, right? And again, we saw it from against Joe Ellington. He was put on the left side and had a crazy great game. So I'm really thinking maybe put him back on the wing. I love him as our cam, and he is probably our best cam, but I think he's our best winger too.
And that's the thing.
And that's the thing.
He's the best of both. So
Yeah,
it's
and so
Hannah Montana.
I don't know. I want Maresca to kind of, for example, a big game. I probably put Cole Palmer on the right
Yeah.
or on the left,
But
depending on
the I
which
think the
I
beauty
can
of
go.
Cole Palmer and the beauty of these tactics that Enzo Maresca has, and probably not even just Enzo Maresca, just the fact that who Cole Palmer is he can play anywhere in that front three, and he does
Yeah,
play anywhere in the front
yeah,
three. He
right,
a free flowing role. He just go over there.
yeah.
You know, like on FIFA when you go set up your player instructions, and I would
Free
put
roam.
free roaming for Hazard.
Yeah,
That's Cole Palmer. Just do
right.
whatever you want,
It's
anywhere in
just
the.
he's too deep. Like you know what I mean?
Sometimes he's too deep. Yeah,
And so
but
like that's why Maresca did the change in the halftime to
exactly. Yeah,
switching
that's
it
what I
up
was gonna
there.
say. He
You
ruined it,
know,
or not ruined it.
I
He
want to see him in the box
realized
more.
it.
I want to see him in the box more. That's kind of my point because
Hmm.
even in the first half as well, how many times did you see Cuckoo lay it off to Palmer or just somebody laying it off to Palmer? But it's like he can take a shot. He's great at finishing, but outside the box with seven defenders in front of you, it's just too cramped.
Yeah, tell that
Um,
at Southampton.
For real though. But no, yeah, it's something I want Maresca kind of to notice, and something I just kind of peeped during the game because I was like, yo, he was like you said, he was back to his normal.
Yeah.
That
I'm sorry, I meant
the
Aston Villa, by the
shimmies,
way. It was Aston Villa that he scored the
that
goal.
shimmy stuff, and that
Yeah.
really running with the ball and just faking out defenders, selling them freaking whatever ice cream for dinner. But
Yeah.
that's I think he could be his best there. I really do think so. He's easier to how do you say that? Like to stabilize in the middle, right?
Oh, to
Whereas in the wing, you
yeah,
probably
because you get the two center
yeah.
backs on him
And
plus a
you
midfielder.
exactly.
I see. I
Exactly.
see.
Yeah.
That's I wouldn't say it's a blue take. It's like it's a very soft blue take, I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
most people would say that he's been best as our central number 10.
Scam. Right,
Um, but I see the argument. I see the argument for
right.
it,
Yeah.
and it's a good argument. Or it's a good
Games
issue to have.
different games yeah, different games require different things too.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be like a winger the rest of the season, I think so.
yeah. But I think that's about it. I was gonna mention Jackson. He didn't have the best game,
He
but
didn't, yeah.
what's the point
It's
of
okay.
talking about that? Jackson,
Nah.
he was hurt too. I don't know if you noticed. He
He
was
was crying
really
coming
hurt.
off
Yeah,
the
it
pitch.
seemed like he was crying,
He was crying,
and I
and
like
I
that.
felt it for him. I
Yeah,
really liked it.
I
I
like that.
really liked it. I
He was feeling blue as a blue, and Enzo Modesto noticed that at the end of the game. I don't know if you noticed.
I did it.
All the players are going to clap the away fans, and Nico Jackson was like lagging behind. He was far behind the whole team at the semicircle, while the players were basically already at the byline. And
Wow.
Enzo Maresca turns around. He notices that. He's like, nah. He runs over there and just starts patting him
Really
back and talking to him, like saying some things, like encouraging him, like it's
comforting him,
okay,
yeah,
it's
comforting,
okay.
yeah.
Like you had a bad game, but
Or
it wasn't anything too bad. It wasn't anything too crazy. It's just like he didn't really have any service. It's not like he missed sitters or anything. He just didn't really have any service. It wasn't, and I like that. Like look how frustrated he was because of a semi bad game.
Right.
Like that's beautiful. You want that. You
Yeah,
want a player to
you
feel that
do.
bad, to actually
I love
feel.
I'd love for Robert Sanchez to have that.
Oh god, yeah.
Instead,
But
he just kind of smiles.
yeah.
Oh
But to
my
end it on a good
god.
note,
Yeah, yeah, sorry.
it's happened again. It's happened
It's happened
again.
again.
Tottenham Hotspur. It's
It's
happened
happened
again.
again.
We know what we are. We know
We
what
know
we
what we
are.
are.
Champions of Europe. We know
We
what
know
we are.
we are.
You'll
Woo!
never sing that. You'll never
We'll
sing
never sing
that.
that. Champions
Champions
of
of
Europe.
Europe. You'll
You'll
never sing
never
that.
sing that.
Lads, it's Tottenham. They're trash.
Maresca on his way to get the second manager sacked.
I'm
Kill list.
we called it. Let's see.
Called it. Let's
But
see what happens. I hope they don't. I really hope they don't on a serious note.
yeah, but hey, on a serious note,
Mm.
Spurs. All Tottenham Hotspur fans, anyone that comes across this, I ask you for real, honest question. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
That is wild.
You know it's Chelsea.
That's so wild.
We own y'all. We
That has
own
to get
y'all.
clipped. That has to get clipped.
Dude, we
Where
own
you
y'all.
at? Where you at? Might as
Where
well
you
call
at? Go, dude, you're crying in the corner. You're a little baby. Let dad take care of the business, okay?
That's
We're
wild.
working here. We're working here. We're trying to do
That's
something.
wild.
Okay?
I'm busy.
We're trying to make money. We're trying to
We
win
got
things.
things to do.
Yeah, we're important people.
That's
Spurs,
wild.
you're just
You're sidekick.
annoying. You're just annoying. You're that annoying little kid that thinks they're good at soccer and they're not. Who's your daddy?
I love it, Pablo.
Get
I love
good.
it.
Get good. Dude,
Get
Spurs
good.
is
Get
like,
good.
let me turn this off. Let me turn this off. I don't need this anymore. Like Spurs, you guys are just so
GGN,
bad.
man.
It's
GGN.
it's not even a good game. It's not, I can't even tell them good game.
That's
It's get
wild.
good because I want a
Get
competition.
good.
It gets boring. It's the same thing over and over again. They think they're good. They have a good start to a season, or they just had good form, or we beat City. Whoa. And then we go against them, and it's just boring. It's
Come
just
on.
okay. Yep, I knew we were gonna win.
Their
Like
season
let me play them
capitulates.
38 times of the season. We're gonna win the league every
Oh
single
my
time.
god. Would you go undefeated?
Undefeated.
Invincibles.
Undefeated. Like
Yeah. Shout out to Maresca for getting it 100% right. 100% right. And like we've said before, changing our lives.
for real.
For real, for real. Enzo Maresca, if you ever see this, man, you're the
He
GOAT.
watches. We know he
He
watches.
watches. Yeah, yeah.
We've mentioned it. He watches.
Yeah.
But yeah, Spurs, you're trash. We hate Tottenham, and that's it.
That's it.
That's two blues in a pond. I'm Pablo,
And I'm Guillermo.
and I'm Chelsea till I die.
Chelsea till I die.
Who's your dad?